If you only have 3 days a week to run, you might think there's no way you can actually get faster. But what if I told you that with the right structure, you could actually improve more than someone running 6 days a week? That's not just clickbait. It's backed by training science, because it's not just about how much you train, but how your body responds to the training that you do. And with the right mix of intensity, heart rate targets, and recovery, you can absolutely build fitness on just 3 days a week. If you're new here, I'm Karoline, a 2:46 marathoner from Norway training for the 2028 Olympics. I had zero background in track, and I built my performance while working 2 jobs, applying to an MBA program, getting that MBA in San Diego, and starting a protein muffin business from scratch 5,000 miles away from home. Trust me, I know what it's like to chase big goals on a tight schedule. And like many of you, I used to think more was always better. But that mindset got me 6 stress fractures. 2 years ago, I started working with a coach who completely changed how I train. We ditched paces and dialed in heart rate targets, not just zones, time on feet, and building an aerobic engine without burning out. I started recovering better, performing better, and I've coached dozens of runners to do the same. So, can you get faster running only 3 days a week? Yes, but only if you do these 3 things right, which I'll walk you through step by step. Let's start with the biggest mistake I see: runners assuming more volume equals more gains. If you watch some of my other videos, you know I say things as I see them. No sugarcoating. So here's the truth. More is only better if you're recovering and adapting to the training. If your body is overstressed, not sleeping well, constantly sore, and not progressing, then that mileage isn't helping, it's hurting. Especially if you're a beginner, time crunched, or prone to injury. 3 high-quality sessions can be more productive than 6 mediocre or misaligned ones. Supercompensation, process where your body adapts after training, happens during recovery. So having more space between runs actually helps your body absorb the work and build fitness. If running 3 days a week, here's what not to do, especially if your goal is to maximize performance and you're already past the new running phase. If you're completely new to running and your current goal is just to build the habit, not performance yet, then I recommend starting with my free From Zero Running to Consistency running program, and it's linked in the description below. 1. Don't run all your runs easy. Easy runs build your aerobic base, but they won't improve threshold, running economy, or speed by themselves. 2. Don't wing your intensity. Just going by feel or pushing hard when you have time isn't smart, precise training. It's let's hope it's correct training. 3. Don't train without clear structure. Without a clearly defined plan, it's easy to fall into the trap of doing something rather than doing the right thing. Structure gives your training purpose and direction. It ensures you're progressing week to week instead of plateauing or burning out. This means setting the right intensity on the right days, having a logical buildup in volume or time on feet, and planning recovery intentionally. If you don't have a structured approach, even the best intentions can lead to stagnation or injury. If your plan looks like 3 random easy runs, you're missing out on 90% of your potential. Here's what to do instead. 1. Be intentional with your intensity. Every run should have a clear goal. That might mean threshold pace to build lactate tolerance or zone 2 to expand your aerobic base. Without this purpose, you're just logging time, not building capacity. If you want to learn how to manage intensity correctly, I made a full video breaking that down. Double click above and I recommend opening it in a new tab so you can come back to it after this one. 2. Space out your workouts. Recovery is your training multiplier. You're not getting fitter during the session. You're getting fitter by recovering from it. Running Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday gives your body time to absorb the stimulus, so you can actually adapt instead of just accumulating fatigue. It doesn't need to be Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. The key is to space out your workouts evenly, with more time in between your threshold runs than threshold and long run. 3. Focus on heart rate and time on feet, not distance or pace. This helps you stay in the correct intensity zones regardless of terrain, fatigue, or weather. And time on feet builds durability. which is especially key if you're injury prone or returning to running after a break. Heart rate targets and time are what I train on, and they've completely transformed my running results, and not to mention how I feel. And you guys, I know there are many training methods out there. I've tried a lot of them, and as a Norwegian runner who is also half American, I've experienced both running on pace, the American way, and heart rate targets. And as someone who's naturally very competitive and always used to push paces, having precise heart rate targets has been the perfect way to hold me back in the right way. It helped me stay in control, avoid burnout, and actually progress instead of plateauing, or in my case, getting injured. And if you're wondering how to run fast at a low heart rate, check out this video right here. Okay, let's walk through the ideal weekly structure when running 3 times. Tuesday, steady state at just below lactate threshold, or a threshold session depending on your experience level and the type of training block you're coming off. If you are hearing all these terms and wondering what they actually mean, don't worry, I actually just made a video called Running Terminology 101 where I break it all down, and you can find it right here. I also explain exactly how to execute each of these sessions inside my 3-day running plan, so you'll never have to guess what to do. And link to all my training plans is also down below. What about the warm-up? This is a great place to build in more zone 2 time, especially if you're only running 3 days a week. Start with a 10 to 15 minute jog, gradually increasing to 20, 30, or even 40 minutes if your schedule and fitness allows it. A longer warm-up gives your body time to fully transition from rest to work. It increases blood flow and sets you up for a smoother threshold effort. And cool down? Similarly, aim for a cooldown, jog at least 10 to 15 minutes. Extending your cooldown can help you add more low-intensity aerobic volume, which builds endurance without overstressing your body. It also aids in faster recovery by helping your body flush out waste products and downregulate your nervous system. Again, using your warm-up and cooldown this way allows you to accumulate more zone 2 volume in a week without needing more run days. Friday, interval session. This could be 4x4 minutes at threshold heart rate with 60 to 90 second jogging break, and you could build how many 4-minute intervals you do gradually. Again, the key here is to build time spent at each intensity gradually and to make sure you have proper periodization, meaning recovery weeks and harder weeks. Sunday, long run. Keep this mostly in zone 2, but you can finish the last 20 minutes at a steady aerobic effort depending on your experience level and how you feel. Across these 3 runs, you hit intensity, build aerobic capacity, and improve durability without needing to run every day. You can get your zone 2 through warm-ups, cooldowns, and the long run, and the key is intentional structure, not volume. Research shows that threshold and VO2 max workouts are some of the most potent stimuli for performance improvement. When paired with proper recovery, they allow your aerobic and muscular systems to adapt efficiently. For example, one study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology found that well-timed threshold intervals lead to greater endurance gains than moderate steady-state training in time-limited athletes. And the link to this study is in the description. So high mileage works for pros because they can recover like pros, and because you've built it up over time. If you're not sleeping 8+ hours a night, or at least 7 hours, getting regular body work and eating really good, you need a smarter strategy. This is that strategy. So here are some of the runners who follow this exact approach. Carrie. She went from a 41-minute 5K to a 28-minute 5K using my training plan. Ted cut over 6 minutes from his 10K time running a 49-minute PB. Let's hear from Alex, who went from a 37-minute 5K to sub 30 minutes.
Choosing Karoline as my running coach is probably the single most important thing I've done for myself, but also for my running journey. I started running about 1.5 years ago. I decided to do the Couch to 5K program on a whim. Finished that, was running for a few months after, but I didn't have a goal. I didn't have a plan. I was just going about it pretty aimlessly. And it was so obvious how my progress began to plateau. And that's when I decided to reach out to Karoline and give heart rate-based training a try. And just after 3 to 4 months of following the personalized running plan that she created for me, I took my 5K time down from right around 37 minutes to just below 30 minutes. And if you do make the decision to start working with Karoline, it'll be so evident to you how much thought and energy she puts into each one of her athletes and to ensure success for them.
And Edwa, who has only used my plan for 5 weeks and went from a 2032 5K to a 2002 5K. Now, I know that there are a lot of free 3-day training plans out there. And honestly, I think it's amazing that people are putting out free resources to help runners get started. But I also want to be clear that my 3-day plans are not just any training plan. I've priced them where I have because I truly believe they offer something extraordinary. These plans are built from 6 years of trial and error through my own training, countless injuries, coaching dozens of athletes, and learning directly from some of the best Norwegian coaches as I work towards my Olympic dream. My plans aren't just run 3 miles easy and 4 miles at race pace. These plans are designed with intention, structure, and scientific backing, including specific heart rate targets, time on feet progression, recovery weeks, and optional cross-training to fit your real life. And just to make this a no-brainer, every training plan comes with a 100% money-back guarantee. I've poured years of experience, science, and coaching insights into these plans, and I only want you to invest in them if they truly help you move forward. If you go through the plan and feel like it didn't give you the structure, guidance, or results you were hoping for, just email me and I'll refund you in full. I only want you to invest if this is truly helping you. To wrap it up, yes, 3 days a week can absolutely make you faster if you train smarter, not harder. Prioritize quality, use heart rate, space your runs, and don't underestimate the power of recovery. If you're ready for a plan that fits your life and builds real fitness, check the links below for my 3-day running plans. And if this video helped you, hit like, drop a comment with your current training schedule, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Let's stop guessing. Let's train with purpose. You've got this. And I'm here to help you every step of the way. See you in the next video. And be sure to check out my running terminology video right here.